Time and time again, I come on here and I listen to YouTube and I hear people talking about black people and the social ills, political ills, educational ills that we suffer. Well, I'm here to tell you and break it down to you, whether you believe it or not, and let you know where some of that come from. Now, I ain't the type to be leading everybody to the water and telling them everything, but I will in a little bit in this instance. First of all, right, there was a slave owner by the name of Willie Lynch. In 1712, he told people exactly how to start making a slave adapt. He went through various processes of intimidation, force, brute murder. Those are the things that he used as an example to help control slaves. Now, believe it or not, we still suffer from some of these psychological warfare that was implemented on our people. Some of you may think, hey, look, this happened way back in slavery. And I don't see what the significance of it all is. But the significance is that it was helped to make us and separate us in a psychological sense. That stuff that was implemented and has been going on from generation to generation. Now, should we use this as an excuse to advance? No, we shouldn't use this as an excuse to advance. But it's good to know the origin of everything, so therefore you can break that cycle. The distrust that we have among us, it ain't something that was brought to us or came from us when we came out of the continent. We had to be broken, and that distrust had to be implemented into us in order to separate us and keep us separated. See, they know they couldn't go along. Willie Lynch knew that he couldn't kill every slave, because he seen slaves as commodity, product, and property. So he told his fellow slave owners, you're robbing yourselves of your property when you have these Negroes being hung from all these trees as I'm coming down James River. See, that's the reason why we are so overpopulated right now inside of the penal system. Because the process is just like this. The penal system is now the new slave plantation. And I guess you say, well, those brothers are criminals. They did this, they did that. But those brothers are also being locked up by unjust laws. Mostly those Rockefeller laws that's out there. The 3-strike law. Whatever law that they can find to hang a brother or a sister for that fact. Now we can go on, and I know that, eventually I would place more videos on YouTube, and it may be videos where I'm checking black folks. But the first quality video I had to put on here was a video explaining where all that comes from. like it or not, every black person that's living in America has some type of mental disorder. I mean, just being black. I mean, just the if you're a black man, just the stress alone that you face every day, just walking out your door, can cause you to have a mental disorder. Black women not having their black men around, that can cause a mental disorder. Black women not being able to find good quality black men, that can cause a mental disorder. Black folks haven't been right since we was brought over to this continent. And the main thing about it, though, is how do you deal with that mental disorder? Do you recognize and understand that psychologically something is wrong with you? Not to mention the other ills that goes with family, poverty, not having no money. You understand? All other kind of family problems that I haven't mentioned or cannot mention in this short time. But to suggest that these tactics that they use during slavery, did not have a psychological effect that permeates itself inside of us every day up until now would be ludicrous. You will be fooling yourself, and it will be, horribly incorrect. The main thing to do is to identify where you have your problem at, and help to solve that problem within yourself and your community. And it's true that a lot of us know nothing about slavery. I wasn't a slave. I'm not old enough to be no slave. It would be ridiculous to suggest that. But some of the tactics that they implemented, they don't have to do it anymore. It's things that we are voluntarily doing to ourselves now. I just wish that each brother and sister that may listen to this may learn something. They may go and look up, the Willie Lynch laws, Willie Lynch papers, or whatever they call them, and find out more about the tactics that he used and how those tactics are still affecting us right now inside of the black community. Now, the main thing about us is that we need to recognize and identify these things, and then find a way to have some solutions. Now, there's plenty of brothers and sisters that came before me and anyone else that you hear on YouTube or anywhere else that said the same thing. Now, that's all I really have to say, because I teach and I don't preach. That's why I tell you to go look up some stuff for yourself. Peace.